Benny the Bear, and the Broken Puppet. In a cozy forest near the edge of a cheerful town lived Benny the Bear, a gentle creature with big paws, a curious heart, and a soft spot for puppet shows. Every Sunday, Benny waddled down to the town square, where families gathered, musicians played flutes, and the puppet master, a kind old man named Mr. Ravi, brought wooden puppets to life behind a velvet curtain. Benny always sat at the back, careful not to block anyone's view. He laughed at the silly jokes, clapped at the dances, and gasped at every twist in the story. But Benny's favorite puppet by far was Tara, the star of the show. Tara wore a red ribbon in her hair, sang sweet songs, and always saved the day with clever thinking. Benny adored her. He even carved a little wooden Tara of his own and practiced puppeteering in secret, behind a rock near the stream. One bright morning, Benny arrived early, excited for the show. But something was wrong. The stage curtain stayed closed. Mr. Ravi stood nearby, talking to the crowd. "I'm so sorry, my friends," he said sadly. "Tara, our star puppet, is broken. Her strings snapped and her arm won't move. I tried to fix her, but..." He sighed. "I'm afraid the show must be canceled today." Gasps filled the square. Children looked disappointed. Parents murmured. Benny's heart sank. He didn't like seeing anyone sad, especially not because of something broken. That night, Benny couldn't sleep. He stared at his tiny carved Tara. "I wish I could help," he whispered. Then a spark of an idea lit in his chest. What if I try to fix her? He knew it was bold. He had big paws, not nimble fingers, but he was gentle and careful, and he wanted to help. The next morning, before the sun rose, Benny tiptoed into the town and left a note on Mr. Ravi's cart. "Dear Puppet Master, I think I can help fix Tara. I promise to be very gentle. Please leave her in the forest clearing near the willow tree." A friend, Mr. Ravi, puzzled but hopeful, left Tara that evening wrapped in a soft cloth beneath the willow. Benny gently unwrapped the puppet and examined her. "Oh, dear," he murmured. One arm dangled, her strings were tangled, and her smile was a little chipped. "I'll need help," he said aloud. So he went to find two very special friends. Milo the mouse was the best tinkerer in the forest. His workshop was filled with screws, springs, and shiny bits. No acorn or gear was too small for his clever paws. "I'm in," squeaked Milo when he saw Tara. "We'll fix her up better than new." Next, they visited Daisy the duck, a graceful dancer with an eye for elegance. Daisy knew all about balance, movement, and style. "She needs better ribbon," Daisy quacked. "And a little sparkle never hurt." The three friends set to work. For days, they worked in secret. Milo untangled the strings and crafted a tiny elbow joint from a thimble and a bead. Benny glued the cracked wood with tree sap and polished her shoes until they gleamed. Daisy brushed Tara's hair, painted on rosy cheeks, and tied a brand new red ribbon. When they were done, Tara stood tall, her arm moved smoothly, her head turned with grace, and she even twirled with a little hop at the end. "She's perfect," Benny whispered. But they weren't done just yet. "I want to give her a new dance," Benny said shyly. "Something special, something joyful." So every night that week, under the moonlight, Benny practiced behind the stream. Milo coached from a tree stump. Daisy demonstrated steps in the grass, and Tara bobbed and twirled in Benny's steady paws. By Friday, Benny was ready. That evening, the town square was quiet. Mr. Ravi hadn't planned a show. The puppet was still missing, after all. But just before sunset, the velvet curtain rustled. Gasps rose from the small crowd that had gathered by habit. Music began to play. The curtain opened, and there stood Tara whole, twirling, glowing under the lantern light. She sang a new tune. She danced a joyful jig. Her arm waved with perfect timing, and her ribbon fluttered like fireflies. Mr. Ravi, standing behind the curtain, looked just as surprised as the audience. And then, Tara took a final bow. From behind the stage, Benny stepped out. There was a hush, and then applause. Thunderous, cheering, clapping applause. Children jumped. Parents clapped. Mr. Ravi wiped a joyful tear from his eye. "You?" he said to Benny, amazed. "I just wanted to help," Benny mumbled, rubbing the back of his neck. "She brings people so much joy." "And now," Mr. Ravi smiled, "you do too." From that day on, Benny became part of the puppet team. Every week, he helped repair, design, and even perform. Milo and Daisy joined. Milo managed props, and Daisy choreographed new dances. Together, they created a show the town would never forget, not because of fancy sets or loud music, but because of the heart behind it. And Tara? She twirled and bowed, brighter than ever now, powered not just by strings, but by friendship, creativity, and the magic of fixing what's broken. Moral: even big paws can do delicate things when guided by kindness. Broken things, like dreams, can be mended with a little creativity, teamwork, and love.